Hi, Bob with Knives Town here. I'd like to do a review for you today on a knife made by Emerson. It's a rescue knife called the SARK rescue knife. That's S-A-R-K, and that stands for Search and Rescue Knife. This particular knife was designed for use by the Navy rescue teams. And it is in that family of knives that is considered EMT or paramedic type, first responder type rescue knives. So let's take a look at that. It's the Emerson box, and there is good news as always, made in the USA. And there's the SARK BTS model number, black serrated is what that is. The knife ships in a plastic shipping sleeve, along with some literature. This is the product registration card. You send that in to register your knife with the company. That's Ernest Emerson there and his philosophy and commitment to the customer. On the back, just more information about care and maintenance, the guarantee, that kind of thing, implied warranty. The knife is, like we said, it's a rescue knife, and what makes that is really the shape of the blade. As you can see, it's kind of a Warncliffe type blade shape, actually, but certainly though not without the needle sharp Warncliffe point. That would be much too dangerous. But the shape, though, is what I mean. Just to give you the technical specs, the blade is 3.5 inches long, and the knife itself is 8.2 inches. The blade steel is 154 cm, made to a Rockwell hardness of 57 to 59. The scales are G10 on both sides, and it does come with a titanium liner lock, titanium sided liner lock, and a pocket clip, which is not swappable. It is just right hand only, tip up right hand. Like I was saying, the knife is made for rescue operations, and that was the design of the blade itself, and it is designed with a serration here. The serration, of course, the idea here is that a first responder will come upon a situation, just using a car accident, for example, but any situation. But in that case, perhaps there's a seatbelt that needs to be cut through real quick. So that would easily get through that. And that seatbelt would be up against the person. So the knife would have to be inserted between the seatbelt and that person without wanting to do, obviously carefully, without wanting to cut the person. So that's where this blunt safety tip comes in. That can be worked next to the body without fear of hurting or cutting the person that you're trying to help. And then once an individual has been freed, then perhaps there are injuries that need tended to in the field, and that's when the shape of the blade comes into play. The knife is made to be used in this way, as well as this way, equally as much this way as this way. It would cut through the safety belt, so to speak, or whatever, and then flipped up this way in order to get under clothing, like perhaps a shirt, or perhaps to do run up a pant leg to open up to get to the wound and get some treatment there. And that's why you've got that shape of the blade that way, and that safety tip, of course, is just, there's no fear at all there. That's perfectly safe to work around with. The blade is chisel ground, as Emerson does with many of their knives. This one here is no exception. They do offer both conventional as well as chisel grinds on their blades. This one is chisel ground, meaning it's flat on this side, and then the grind is there on the side there. So you can see that Emerson says that is they do that in order to because the chisel grind is actually a stronger blade. Not so much material has been removed. They also claim that it moves through material better because there's less material drag as the knife is cutting through something. It's that material is, of course, is rubbing up against the bevel, and I suppose making drag, I guess, on the blade. And on this side, that you really don't have that. It's just flat. So to whatever extent the cutting material causes drag on a blade, the chisel grind reduces it by 50%. The final claim is that it makes it easier to sharpen. You're just sharpening one side. And speaking of sharpen, there you can see on this particular blade, which is made for safety, the edge is not carried all the way to the tip. The tip is rounded, like we said, for safety, and the sharpened edge is also abbreviated and not carried all the way to the tip. So you've got a nice safe point there. No fear. It's an excellent knife for use in the field. As far as grip goes, you can see that the handle has been well designed for that. It's got a contour here, so the knife isn't going to shift back and forth in your hand. To further add to that protection is a finger guard here to keep the knife from shifting forward, and then there's a bit of a drop rear there, so the knife won't shift this way in your hand. Jimping at the rear there, as you can see. For grip, you've got the pocket or the liner lock there, which adds a little bit. There's also ridges here up at the top for your thumb. The knife can be opened in a combination of just the regular thumb disc, which is up there at the top, that disc, which is perfect for use by either hand. Or it can be opened with the wave system, which is this spur here. The wave system, the knife is hooked in a pocket, and then when the knife is drawn, this knife being inside the pocket, as it's being drawn, that hook is designed to snag on the edge of a pocket and open as it's being drawn. If you want a real good demonstration of that, go to the Emerson website. They do have little short clips of these knives being drawn and show you exactly how that works. But the blade, if your preference runs that way, the blade is available in a satin finish. It is also available plain or serrated. So you can have it any way you like there, with satin plain, satin serrated, or black plain, black serrated, like that. Let's give you a close-up look here. You can see that fine checkering there on the G10. And the screws that make it easy to take down. There's the Emerson logo. There's your blunt safety tip. That's 0.125 inch thick steel of 154 cm. Chisel ground. Pocket clip. It's removable if you want to remove it. It's not swappable though. Lanyard hole. Spacer. No, it's really just an excellent knife. It's an excellent knife, and it's a great knife for use, as its purpose is as a first responder or that kind of for emergency personnel. Again, designed for the Navy, so I'm sure it will serve you well. Very highly recommended. Very good knife. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you again.